All right, so get this. We're diving deep into Adept AI today.
Adept AI.
And I know you're probably thinking, okay, another AI company, what's the big deal? But trust me on this one. We've got a whole bunch of articles and research here. And let me tell you, Adept is not just another chatbot.
No, not at all.
This is AI that can actually do things within software,
Exactly.
not just talk about them. Imagine an AI assistant that can actually complete tasks like, booking a flight or scheduling a meeting or even like,
Oh, yeah, like actually doing those things, not just telling you how to do them.
right, it's like having a personal assistant that lives inside your computer.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. So to kick things off, maybe you can give us a little background on Adept. How did this company even come about?
Sure. So Adept was founded by some real heavy hitters in the AI world, like people who actually built the tech behind things like ChatGPT.
Oh, wow. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they definitely know their stuff. And initially they were aiming for this, general intelligence thing.
Right, like an AI that can do anything a human can do.
Exactly. But they've since shifted their focus to something they call a foundation model for actions.
Foundation model for actions.
Hmm.
Okay, so what does that actually mean in like plain English?
Well, it means that instead of trying to create an AI that can do everything, Adept is focusing on building an AI that's really good at taking actions within software.
So it's like instead of writing an essay about building a house, the AI can actually use the tools to build it.
That's a great analogy. Instead of just processing information, Adept's AI is all about getting things done, actually making things happen in the digital world.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going. And what's interesting is that Adept doesn't need special integrations to work with different software.
Right, that's one of the things that makes them so unique.
So how does it actually interact with all these different programs?
Well, instead of relying on, complex APIs or plugins, Adept's AI actually sees a computer screen just like we do as pixels and coordinates.
Whoa, so it's like it has eyes?
In a way, yeah. It can understand what's on the screen and interact with elements directly.
So theoretically, it could work with any software out there.
Pretty much, yeah. As long as it can see the screen, it can potentially figure out how to use the software.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what this thing can actually do. What kind of tasks can Adept automate that other AI can't even touch?
Well, their Adept Experiments platform showcases some pretty amazing capabilities. We're talking about things like automating entire workflows, extracting data from all sorts of sources, interacting seamlessly with websites.
Okay, give me an example. How would this change someone's actual workday?
Let's say you're a recruiter. You spend hours every day sifting through resumes, copying and pasting information, scheduling interviews.
Yeah, it's a lot of tedious work.
Right. Now imagine using Adept to automate all of that. With a single click, it could scan through hundreds of applications, pull out the key info, and even schedule interviews with promising candidates.
Whoa, so it's like having a super efficient assistant that never gets tired.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's not just about speed, it's also about accuracy. Adept can eliminate those little errors that humans tend to make when they're doing repetitive tasks.
That's a game changer for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but how does it actually work? What's under the hood that makes Adept so powerful?
Adept uses something called a transformer architecture, which is similar to what powers ChatGPT.
Okay, I've heard of that. But how is Adept different?
Well, what's key here is that Adept leverages reinforcement learning. It's like teaching a kid to ride a bike. They learn from experience and get better over time.
So it's not just following a set of rules, it's actually learning and adapting as it goes.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so powerful. It can handle complex tasks that traditional rule-based automation systems just can't.
That's really impressive. So what about the data it's trained on? Does that play a role in its capabilities?
Absolutely. Adept's training data is specifically focused on software interfaces and real-world software usage. They've gathered trillions of data points, so their AI has a deep understanding of how software works and how humans interact with it.
So it's like it's been studying how we use software for years.
Exactly. It's like having an AI apprentice that's been shadowing us for a long time, learning all the tricks of the trade.
Okay, so we've got this super smart, action-oriented AI that can work across different platforms. Where does Adept fit into the bigger picture of the AI landscape? Who are they up against?
Well, Adept is definitely shaking things up. They're challenging traditional robotic process automation tools, the kind that automate tasks based on preset rules.
Right, those tools are pretty rigid, aren't they?
Yeah, they can be, and they often require a lot of customization and maintenance.
So how is Adept different?
Adept's AI-powered approach is way more flexible and adaptable. It can learn and adapt to new software and processes much more easily.
So it's more like a human worker that can be trained to do new things.
Exactly. And that's a huge advantage in a world where software is constantly changing.
Okay, but what about other AI assistants out there, like Siri, Google Assistant, or even those specialized tools for certain industries?
Huh.
How does Adept stack up against those?
Well, Adept goes beyond simple tasks like answering questions or setting reminders.
Right, it's not just about being a helpful assistant.
It's about taking meaningful action within software.
So it's not just about talking the talk. It's about walking the walk,
Yeah,
getting things done.
exactly. And that's a crucial difference.
I like that. So for businesses and individuals out there, what's the big deal with Adept? Why should they be paying attention to this company?
The value proposition is pretty clear. Adept offers huge potential for automation, which means increased productivity, lower costs, and better accuracy. Imagine a world where all those repetitive, time-consuming tasks are handled seamlessly by AI.
That would free up people to focus on more strategic, creative work, right?
Okay.
The stuff that actually requires human ingenuity.
Exactly, and that's what makes Adept so exciting. It's not about replacing humans, it's about empowering them to do their best work.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Adept's journey so far. They've been making waves in the tech world, securing some pretty impressive funding, haven't they?
Absolutely. Adept has raised a whopping $415 million in funding.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is. And here's where things get interesting. They have this unique situation with Amazon.
Okay, this is where it gets juicy. Tell me more.
In 2024, Amazon hired Adept's co-founders and licensed their technology.
So they basically poached the brains behind Adept.
In a way, yeah. But here's the thing, they didn't actually acquire the company.
That is intriguing. So what does this mean for Adept going forward? Does it make them more appealing to other companies, or could it scare some potential buyers away?
It's hard to say for sure, but it definitely adds another layer of complexity. On one hand, they've got Amazon in their corner, which is a powerful ally.
Right, Amazon is like the 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Exactly. But on the other hand, some potential acquirers might be hesitant now. They might see Amazon as a competitor rather than a partner.
It's almost like they're playing in a different league now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with any groundbreaking technology, there are bound to be challenges along the way. What are some of the biggest hurdles Adept's facing right now?
Well, one of the key challenges is making sure their AI can reliably interact with all kinds of software interfaces. The digital world is constantly changing, and Adept needs to stay ahead of the game.
That makes sense. Adaptability is key in the tech world, right?
Absolutely. If Adept's AI can't keep up with the latest software updates and changes, it's going to become less useful over time.
So they need to be constantly learning and evolving.
Exactly. It's like a never-ending race to stay ahead of the curve.
And what about the human side of things? AI taking over human jobs is a big concern these days.
You're absolutely right. The potential impact on employment is a valid concern, especially for knowledge workers whose tasks might be more susceptible to automation.
Yeah, if AI can handle a lot of the tasks we do now, what happens to our jobs? It's a big question we need to be asking ourselves as this technology keeps evolving.
And it's not just about job displacement. There are also concerns about bias in AI systems, the potential for misuse, and even the possibility of plagiarism. These models are trained on massive amounts of data after all.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider. With great power comes great responsibility, right? It's crucial that companies like Adept are thinking carefully about these implications.
They are. Adept is actively working to address these concerns, emphasizing responsible AI development and engaging in conversations about the societal impact of their technology.
That's good to hear. It sounds like they're being proactive about tackling these challenges. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about Adept's future. What are some key things we should be watching for?
I think one of the most important things to watch is how Adept navigates the ethical and regulatory landscape. As AI becomes more powerful and widespread, there will be more scrutiny and concern about its impact on society.
So it's not just about building cool technology, it's about
Yeah.
using it responsibly and ethically. That's a challenge for any company working in the AI space, right?
Absolutely. And it's a challenge that Adept seems to be taking seriously. They're actively engaging in discussions about responsible AI development, and they're committed to building trust with their users.
And what about their product roadmap? What can we expect to see from Adept in the coming months and years?
That's a great question. Right now, Adept is mainly focused on enterprise solutions, helping businesses automate their workflows and become more efficient. But I think we can expect to see them expand their offerings in the future, potentially even into the consumer market.
Ooh, now that's exciting. Imagine having an Adept-powered assistant that could handle all those little tasks that bog us down in our daily lives. Paying bills, booking appointments, even managing our social media, all done with a few clicks.
That's definitely within the realm of possibility. And as Adept's technology continues to evolve, we can expect even more innovative applications that we haven't even thought of yet.
Okay, let's play a little game of crystal ball here. Where do you see Adept 5 years from now? What kind of impact do you think they'll have on the world?
5 years is a long time in the tech world, but I think it's safe to say that Adept will be a major player in the AI landscape. Their unique approach to UI interaction has the potential to be truly transformative, and I expect to see them at the forefront of many exciting developments.
So we're talking about a future where AI seamlessly integrates into our work and lives, helping us be more productive, efficient, and maybe even a little bit happier.
Exactly. Adept's vision is to create an AI that empowers humans, not replaces them. And I think that's a vision worth getting excited about.
I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive into Adept AI, let's take a moment to acknowledge the incredible team behind this company.
You're right. Adept wouldn't be where they are today without the vision and expertise of their founders, David Luanashish Vaswani and Nikki Parmar. These are some of the brightest minds in the AI world, and they've assembled an amazing team of engineers and researchers.
And even though the co-founders have moved on to Amazon, the current leadership under CEO Zach Brock seems to be carrying the torch and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Yes, and it's worth noting that Adept has attracted top talent from companies like Google, Meta, and OpenAI. They've built a culture of innovation and collaboration that's truly impressive.
And that's what makes me so optimistic about their future. They have the vision, the talent, and the resources to make a real difference in the world.
I agree. Adept is a company to watch, and I'm excited to see what they accomplish in the years to come.
So for our listener who's been on this journey with us, what are some key things to ponder as we continue this deep dive into Adept AI? What are some of the bigger questions this company raises?
I think one of the biggest questions is how Adept's technology will impact the future of work. If AI can handle many of the tasks that currently occupy our time, what does that mean for the future of employment?
Yeah, that's a big one. And what about the potential for misuse? AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. How do we ensure that Adept's technology is used responsibly and ethically?
That's another crucial question. And it's one that Adept is actively addressing. They're committed to building trust and transparency into their AI systems, and they're working with policymakers and ethicists to ensure that their technology is used for good.
It's reassuring to hear that they're taking these concerns seriously. Because as AI becomes more powerful, it's more important than ever that we have these conversations and think critically about the implications of this technology.
Absolutely. We need to be proactive, not reactive, in shaping the future of AI.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture here. What does Adept's approach tell us about the future of AI in general? What should we be paying attention to as this field continues to evolve?
I think Adept's focus on actions rather than just information is a sign of things to come. We're moving beyond AI systems that simply process and analyze data. The next generation of AI will be all about taking action, interacting with the world, and making things happen.
So we're talking about AI that's not just smart, but also capable and proactive. And that's a pretty exciting prospect. But it also raises some new questions and challenges, right?
Absolutely. As AI becomes more capable, we need to think carefully about how we design and control these systems. We need to ensure that they're aligned with human values and goals, and we need to develop robust safety mechanisms to prevent unintended consequences.
It sounds like the future of AI is going to be a wild ride.
It certainly will be. And companies like Adept are leading the way, pushing the boundaries of what's possible and forcing us to rethink our relationship with technology.
Okay, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
If our listener could take away just one key insight from all of this, what would it be?
Well, I think the key takeaway is this: the future of AI is all about action. Adept is at the forefront of this shift-building AI that can not only understand our world, but also take action within it. This has the potential to revolutionize the way we work, live, and interact with technology.
It's not just about AI thinking, it's about AI doing. That's a pretty powerful idea. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Adept AI, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. Now that you've had a glimpse into the world of Adept AI and their vision of agentic AI, take a moment to think about your own life or work. What's one task, big or small, that you could imagine this technology automating for you?
Yeah, think about all those little things that eat up your time every day, like scheduling meetings or responding to emails or even just like organizing your files.
Or even bigger things like, analyzing data or creating presentations.
Exactly. What could you accomplish if you could free up all that time and mental energy?
It's a really interesting question to think about. And if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and you're feeling inspired to learn more, there are tons of resources available. Adept's website is a great starting point. They've got demos, blog posts, and even research papers that delve deeper into their technology.
And if you want to explore the broader landscape of agentic AI, there are plenty of articles and discussions happening online. It's a rapidly evolving field, and staying informed is key to understanding the potential impact of this technology.
So there you have it, a deep dive into Adept AI, a company that's pushing the limits of what's possible with AI and giving us a sneak peek into a future where AI isn't just our thinking buddy, but our partner in action.
A future where the only limit might just be our own imagination. It's something to really think about, isn't it? What could you do with like an extra hour or two in your day?
Every day.
Yeah.
I like that challenge. So for everyone listening out there, I want you to take that challenge seriously and really think about it. What could Adept do for you? But for now, that wraps up our deep dive into Adept AI.
It's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
It really has. I mean, this company is doing some truly groundbreaking stuff, and it's exciting to think about where they'll go next.
Absolutely. They're definitely one to watch in the AI space.
Absolutely. So until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and let's all keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll all have our own adept-powered assistants making our lives a little bit easier and a lot more interesting.
I can't wait for that day.